Hi team. So more home online training. I hope you guys have done the first video I've put out. Here's another one, but we're working on more movements that we're going to actually use in Jiu-Jitsu when we're all back at training. This is a healthy way to train when you're off the mat. You've got to keep your body moving in the certain ways that your body moves when you're rolling. And it's just good for all-round health as well. But most importantly, it keeps you thinking about Jiu-Jitsu. And that's the goal. We've just got to keep thinking about it, keep the bodies healthy, and then when everything gets back to normal, we're all back on the mat where we left off, or even better than when we left off. So the first thing we're going to do, which you have seen before if you've been in class, is a basic bridge. Now I'm going to go through some little details that you might not have seen or I've shown you before. This is important to get out if someone's on top of you. So we're doing a basic bridge. You lay on your back flat. Now you can do this in your bedroom. You can just lay a thick towel out, or if you've got, a mat or something, or even on the carpet, or even on your bed, really. It doesn't really matter. You only need a little bit of space for this whole video. So first we're going through the bridge. So my feet into my butt, yeah? And then the width of my shoulders apart. So not too wide, not together. Have a little bit of space between your feet. Keep your arms on top, and you're going to lift your hips up. Stay on your shoulders though, don't go on your head. Don't bridge up on your neck. Just bridge up on your shoulders, and then go back down. And then we bridge up. You want to do it about the timing that I'm doing it as well. So don't try and do it too fast. You should feel it in your hips, in your butt, and then back down. Now start to picture in your mind, guys, pushing if someone's on top of side control or someone's on top of mount, making some space. Pushing into them. It's like lifting weights for Jiu-Jitsu. This is a thing you get strong at. And we're back down. And we're up. And we're back down. I do these all the time. It's a healthy movement for even people who don't do Jiu-Jitsu. Back down. So this is just basic bridge. This is all it is. Most of you guys have seen it, okay? So that's the basic bridge. Both shoulders on the mat and your hips are going up and back down. The next one is bridging on the shoulder. So you're going to go side to side. A lot of you guys have seen this too. So, arms in, feet close to your butt. Look at your shoulder, roll on your shoulder as your hips come up. And then back down. We'll go the other side now, look at the other shoulder, hips up, and back down. So bridging on the shoulder. This is when someone's really on side control, you're pushing back into them before you make some space to possibly get your guard back. And bridge up. Well done watching the video. Well done taking the time. Well done. This home training, I want to keep you guys doing it once we're all back on the mat as well. So you do your own training as well when you can't get back, when everything's back to normal. You can still do this in your room for always when you're doing Jiu-Jitsu, You always should be doing some home training even when everything's normal. So that was bridging on shoulder to shoulder, okay? So you had the straight up one, the shoulder to shoulder one. This next one is we're going to end up on our belly from our back, okay? Because sometimes when someone's on top of you, it's hard to just roll into them and get back to your belly, but you can use it to get back out. And this is what it's threading the needle, we call it. So your feet thread through, okay? So you bridge on your shoulder. So you're pushing into the person beside you, then your leg threads through. See how my chest is on the floor? That's all you need to go, then you come back. We'll make sense of it, but this is a movement you must have that you can always get out when someone's on top. So you bring in your shoulder and you thread that leg through. Then you come back. Bridge on the shoulder, thread that leg. So the same side that you're on the shoulder, the same leg threads through. So right, thread. You come back. And just go to your shoulder. You don't have to go all the way flat like this. Go to your shoulder, so I'm still on my side, and come back. Look, reach, thread through. And come back. This is so good for your legs, so good for your hips, so good for your belly. This is all what we need for Jiu-Jitsu. This is the important, where the power comes from. A couple more. So bridging on the shoulder, threading the needle, coming back. Bridge on the shoulder, threading the needle. And come back. Well done. The last one, and if you're in class the last week before we closed, is technical stand up. Okay? So you bend one leg, your hand comes behind, opposite hand to the leg. Lift your hip. Remember? And back down. Switch sides. Lift your hip. And back down. Switch sides. Back to the first side. Now lift your hip and lift your foot. Back down. Switch sides. Lift your hip and lift your foot. Good. I'm going to switch so you get a better ankle now. Technical stand up, and same as before, lift your hip, lift your foot. Now that foot goes all the way to touch and all the way to the back, and stand up and back down. Switch sides, lift your hip, lift your foot, touch all the way to the back. Okay, so for you guys, this is some basic movements. Now, you have to do that more times over. You know, you have to do the bridges, let's say 10, on the shoulder, let's say 10, threading the needle, 10, and then the technical stand-up, let's do 10. And you can do that a few times over. So once you've done that, that's your movement-based stuff. So that's working your body up. Then you could also go back to the video that we did where we did the push-ups and the sprawls and all that sort of stuff. So you can have a real workout now. I expect you guys to do this video minimum of 3 or 4 times a week. Okay, you need to keep putting your gi on. You need to keep thinking about moving. You need to think about jiu-jitsu. You need to keep the momentum going. Okay, you can do this if you're really keen. You can do this morning and night. I personally do this all the time. Even if I'm watching telly, I might lay on the floor in front of everybody, you know, get off the couch, lay down, and I'll just start doing some bridges, doing some shoulder-to-shoulder stuff. It keeps your body healthy, it keeps you strong, and every time you do it, you get that little bit stronger, that little bit fitter. Yeah, and you need to do this, especially in this time when, you know, we have to be a lot of time by ourselves. So we'll be back at it before you know it. Miss yous already. Just get your training in, guys. See you soon.